My name is Greg Bakunzi. I'm from Rocks Rwanda, which is a cultural tourism organization, and we have been operating our programs for the last 7 years. I'm so excited to share what we have been going through with other people around the world, and also the people that are in this network of the Cultural Heritage Network. So very excited, very enthusiastic about what we have done, and I'm really so excited and very eager to also share what we do here with other people. We do a lot of activities, which I want to even have time to share with you, but as we go on, I will be able to explain a bit on what we do. Thank you. My first culture experience that I did was in Tanzania, where I really visited the Tanzanian Cultural Center, which was combined of the Maasai people. And I really got excited about that. And I said, why can't we also do something like that? So when I got back from my first trip, which was in my neighboring country in Tanzania, I figured out that let me also start something similar to what I have already experienced in my neighboring country. And that's when I came up and I started the Red Rocks Culture Center. And I also started really looking for some partners. It's in that way that I have also got in touch to become a member of the Cultural Heritage Network, which is a global network of everyone who is able to sell culture as an experience, an activity, so that also that benefits the local communities. And I'm so excited really to be here and sharing with all what Red Rocks Cultural Center is offering. Thank you. I have to say that first of all the cultures are so different. Every country has got its own way of culture. So we have also the food, the meals, the dressing. So I have to say that our culture, the way how we dress is totally different from what other culture dresses up. We may have something in common, but even the nature, the surroundings doesn't really match. So I have to say that our culture of dressing, our culture of dancing is quite different from others. So that's why we feel that the different cultures, when they come together, when people come to experience different cultures around the world, this really makes it very unique. You may go to Australia, you may go to UK, you come to Tanzania, but you always see something very different. So very exciting, very different from others is the way how we dance, the way how we dress. That makes us unique, totally unique in our community. Yes, cultural heritage has the potential to lift the local communities from poverty and bring them to an income generating project. Through Red Rocks, we have really seen a lot of success stories. We have gone through this, and we also we hope that this is something that can also be shared with other people around the world. We have some success stories whereby most of the locals that were using some cultural programs like baskets, where they weave like a basket. After weaving a basket, they get the money, and then the money goes straight to pay to different cooperatives. And all these different cooperatives are able to pay for their health insurance, buy some food, and also be able to pay for the school uniforms for their kids. So we have seen success stories whereby cultural heritage is really supporting the local communities in our region. The cultural heritage that we offer really has a lot of challenges, like other tourism industry that have been affected by the COVID-19. So all what we need to adapt is to keep on giving a hope and carry on some workshops within our community members who are offering these cultural programs, showing them that tomorrow things are going to turn up, also be perfect. We could also come up with different other things, like us here. We have adapted the way of like engaging more in farming. We have also adapted in come up with a non-profit organization behind our institution, so that it keeps on developing or coming up with new initiatives which can be really turned up to be a tourism product or a conservation program in the future. That's the only way we can be able to tap up or to deal with the COVID-19 in our programs. The cultural heritage is really coping up. The only way I can see that it's really getting into to cope up with the COVID-19, the people who really plan to travel these days, they don't only want to go to the protected areas, but they want aesthetic, culture, community interaction, and also hearing the different stories, because everybody has the way that this COVID-19 affected them. So they would like to share that and hear the stories. What did they do? What did they adapt? Like most of our communities were like, you know what? I decided to keep on looking after my goats. I went up to do more farming because I felt less stress being in a countryside or in a village than being in a city. So there are all a lot of stories. And now these people, the tourists will be traveling to understand the history or the stories which were there behind the lockdown. Like for example, like in Rwanda, sometimes there was a lockdown where they said almost 18,000 families separated because of the lockdown, because they were not used to be together. So there are a lot of stories, you know, the husband would go to work and then they don't really interact a lot, but they go to meet, and this could cause a lot of friction in the family. So there are a lot of stories to tell that happened during the lockdown.